Superfoods, I'm making sure.
Hey, when was the last time you ate a vegetable?
Bill Gates says he is 60.
Mentally unstable or fragile.
This person had a crazy experience, and you guys have tagged me in this nonstop, so we're going to watch it. I'll let you know my thoughts after.
It is not deja vu. It is a secret third thing, and I would love to know if anyone has ever experienced anything like what I'm about to say. So this happened in November, end of November in 2021. I was living with my ex at the time, and we were making dinner. I'm standing at the island in the kitchen, and she has her back turned to me. She's facing the toaster, and I remember this specifically because she was toasting bread to go with her spaghetti, and I was having a thought process of, I just had never heard of anyone toasting bread to go with their spaghetti. I'm sure that's a thing. Like, I've heard of garlic bread and spaghetti, but I just hadn't thought of like toast with spaghetti. So I was thinking about that. Again, her back is facing me. She starts talking. All of a sudden, in the middle of her sentence, my ears start ringing like crazy. Disclaimer, this is when I start to sound absolutely insane. Okay, you don't have to tell me. I know. I feel a sensation I have never felt before, which is the feeling of being above my body and slamming back into it, as if I was just somewhere else and I have just arrived in my body. And in the same way, you know, when you wake up from a dream and like you're clinging to the details of the dream and it just starts to slip through your fingers the moment you wake up, like that, I was starting to forget where I just was. But I was repeating a few things over and over again in my head from where I just was. And those two things were, why am I here again? I've already done all this and I have to do it right this time. Again, why am I back here? I've already done all this and I have to do it right this time. Over and over, that was all I retained from it. But it was a physical sensation of dropping into my body, like almost like I respawned in a video game. I had this distinct feeling that I was older. Like I don't know how to say that without sounding insane, but the first few moments of me being back in my body were spent looking around in disbelief and wonder that I was back here again, which terrified me. And simultaneously, almost as if it was like a visual, and I know this sounds fucking crazy, almost visually, I can see in front of me the paths from that exact moment. On one of the two, like, paths, if you will, is me responding normally to what my ex was saying. Like, she was saying something about her pasta bread and I responded normally to that. And then on the other side was the one that I felt like I was on, was the one where instead of responding to the bread comment, I said, hold up, I just had the most insane fucking deja vu of my life. But before I felt the path fork sort of situation, for a split second, it felt as if, and I know this sounds insane, but it's important, it felt like I was holding two memories of the same moment, and then they changed. And then that path went that way, and I went this way, and I could no longer see that, and then it all faded. It was all over in like 10 seconds. But this is where it gets insane. I say, hold up, I just had the most insane deja vu of my entire life. I feel like I just slammed back into my body. That's all I said. I'm expecting her to just be like, wow, that's crazy, because that's what everyone always does. Instead, she turns around and looks at me with absolute horror in her face and says, wait, that happened to me today too. She said, I was standing in the aisle hanging things at work and I felt like I slammed back into my body. And she said, I didn't even say it out loud. She said, I felt like I was holding two memories of the same moment, and then it split. And we just stood there staring at each other in absolute disbelief. And I never was the same after that. Ever. It changed my entire perception of time. Like, it broke my brain. I actually, for a while, was afraid that I had experienced some sort of psychosis or something. So I would talk to my therapist about it. And she was like, this does not sound like psychosis to me, but it bothers me to this day, because there was a distinct feeling that I felt in that moment that did not feel like deja vu or deja reve. It was distinct, and it's never happened before, and it's never happened since. And it fucks me up because those are the only two things I remember. Like, why was my thought, I have to do it right this time? Do what? Do what right this time? That's a lot of pressure. What happened last time? Did I die and then respawn for real? Anyway, my whole life changed after that. And for the record, I'm pleased with my life now. Like, we're good. Everything's great. Has anything like this ever happened to any of you? I don't have words for it. And since we're on the topic, I felt like it might be a good time to bring it up because I've been searching for answers. Also, fun fact, me telling that story was actually the first video I ever recorded on this TikTok account. It's still sitting in my drafts. I obviously never posted it, but I recorded that video like right after it happened because it was so insane that I was like, I feel like I should share this with the internet. But then I was scared of the internet back then. So I didn't. But now I'm telling it. And does anyone know what it was? Thank you so much.
So I'm really torn on this, right? Because the like going back into your body like that gives me astral projection vibes, like when you're astral projecting and then you like back into your body. But the fact that things were different afterwards and you felt like you were older gives me quantum immortality vibes. Like you died in hop timelines. I don't know how you died. Maybe the toaster blew up. But then the fact that the girlfriend also experienced it earlier, and the fact that you saw like you literally had both memories at the same time and chose a different path, and you were told to choose a different path. Like what? Then that can't be quantum immortality. It's like something was giving you the option, like, hey, you just screwed this up and it's going to take you down like a road that you don't want to eventually go down. Maybe not even now, maybe like this road of doing this thing will lead you down this path that's not going to be good for you. Make a different choice. But this is, and to literally see like paths, like footsteps paths is so cool. This whole thing is so cool and so intriguing. I have not heard anything like this. I'm not positive on what happened. I mean, I'm never positive on what happened. I have no idea. I'm just guessing, but I'm not even positive on my speculations. I need to hear everybody else's thoughts and speculations in the comments. Please let me know what you think.
Could be multiple things. A, she's making it up. 2, she's time hopping, time jumping, timeline hopping, whatever the term may be. And she's aware of that one time it happened. After that, it sounds like, hey, now she's on this new timeline and she's continuing on. So her friend also experienced a jump. That's the part that, like, I'm like, okay, like once makes sense, but like 2 people having the same thing, there's probably more than 2 people, but still makes you think, hey, did the spaghetti get eaten? Did the bread get eaten? These are the things that matter, all right? These are the things that matter.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
Superfoods, I'm making sure my little girl gets every single day, and you should too if you have kids. Number 1 would be moringa. Moringa is one of the most powerful superfoods on the planet. It's a superhero multivitamin. It's packed with minerals, nutrients, aminos, all the important building blocks of life, loaded with antioxidants. Moringa also helps you detox. It gets rid of the bad stuff in the body so that these little beings can grow up healthy. And it keeps your tummy happy and working well. Number 2 would be beets. Beets are like a secret weapon. They have lots of vitamins, minerals, and also are loaded with nitrates. So talk about nitric oxide. It improves blood flow, helps your muscles, gives you more energy, increases more of a VO2 max or oxygen in the body, which is great for kiddos, their growing body and their body's needs. Number 3 would be lemons. They're packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and they help with phase 2 liver detoxification, which I like because we are being bombarded by toxins and chemicals today, my friend. So make sure your little ones are healthy. Moringa, beets, and lemons, which is why I actually added these to Organifi Easy Greens. It's a delicious blend of superfoods that's handcrafted, glyphosate residue free, organic for their little bodies and all of their needs.
All right, interesting. Turned into a thing he's trying to sell, but regardless, yeah, 3 good things to eat. Moringa is actually interesting. I think moringa also produces a vegetable like a drumstick. It's called a drumstick. It's like a long thing, but yeah, even those are good.
If you just happen to see this video, then you are going to be a millionaire. Say these affirmations for 7 days and watch how much money comes your way. Trust me when I say this shit works. So only say this if you're truly ready for the next level. I get paid to exist. My existence pays for itself. My presence is a blessing. My energy is expensive and exclusive. My mind is worth millions, and every penny I spend is returned to me tenfold. Fall through.
Okay, I like the positive affirmations. I've recently tried doing some positive affirmations. Problem is, I'm already very, very positive. It's like, how much more positive can I get? Basically, the entire positive terminal of a battery, I feel. There is no negativity in me. No, it's a balance. There's negativity. You stop it. You stop it. Interesting. All right, we're going to keep it going.
International Bird Flu Summit that's taking place, and all these folks about pandemics are coming together to talk about how to be prepared about the massive bird flu that could possibly start happening in 2 weeks, how to be prepared in birds and cattle and pets and people. And everything is online, breakout sessions, what they're talking about. Media's not talking about this. No one's talking about this. Everyone's coming to Washington, D.C. October 2nd for this huge bird flu summit. They start discussing at this summit control functions, civil unrest, how to manage civil unrest, the The breakout sessions are absolutely insane in here. Implementing isolation measures in correctional facilities, controlling social unrest and public disorder. These are things that they're going to be talking about. Not only that, first responders, fire departments, they have keynote presenters. Everything is online. You can see the whole weekend. Nothing conspiratorial. I could post this and it may not go far considering all algorithms are changing now. But there's a lot of stuff that is going on in October. They're talking about hospital emergency services, preparing people for possibly another pandemic. And people have to be prepared and they have to know what is going on because no one's talking about it. And when I hear something like this, the first thing I can do is get to the airwaves because I'm wondering, what are they doing? I have these guys behind me that I take care of 24/7 that I adore. And it's going to happen. And no one's talking about it. Are they preparing something? Because of what it sounded like that I heard today on talk radio was it could start in 2 weeks. This was FM radio, not AM radio, not anything. 2 weeks. And it's all online. October 2nd, the Bird Flu Summit International. They're coming from all over, and it's right here. Everyone needs to start asking questions. And they need to start looking at this right before the election. Go flipping figure, y'all. But I had to say something because I just can't stay quiet because it's nothing that I'm making up. It's hidden in plain sight, but no one's talking about it and no one's asking questions. Why am I not shocked? Again.
Yeah, this is a thing that is happening. They're trying to all have the same plan so they can all follow the same plan in their respective countries. But unfortunately, we are goons. We are very smart. We know the things. Hey, just understand where you are. Understand if you're at risk. These are the measures that you may need to take. And if you aren't at risk, don't worry about it. Ignorance is bliss. Wait, did the rods cross? I can't remember. All right, very interesting. Let me see. Nothing going on with the chat. We keeping it going.
5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. They're putting in 5G to harvest our data and control our behavior. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Vaccine passports.
Wow. All right. This video is 100% getting suppressed. If you're like, hey, where are all the goons at that normally talk in chat? Hey, we getting suppressed. This is how it is all the time during suppression. Hello, YouTube. We're still doing the goon things. We still raising our consciousness. We still learning the things. Most of these other reaction channels, they don't tell you anything. They're just like, move on. But we are goons. We are learning. We are making informed decisions. Hey, Shandray, what's going on? Love to see ya. Alamasu218.
Can you set your own meaning behind
Wait. I want to do the dowsing rods again. Let's see if the things match up. Can you set your meaning behind something? All right, let me restart this.
If you're wearing a...
Can you set your own meaning behind angel numbers with your spirit team? Yes, thank you. Are there other planets and civilizations similar to Earth with humans out there in the distant universe? Yes, thank you. Is the area around Uluru highly spiritual? Yes, thank you. Does cremation and putting ashes into an urn destroy or trap the soul or spirit? No, thank you. Do bugs have soulmates and soul contracts? Yes, thank you. Interesting. Does the book, the Vishanti, exist in this reality? No, interesting. When souls reincarnate, do they have the same personality as they had in their former life? Yes, thank you. Is Anne Hathaway, the living American celebrity actress, a reincarnation of Anne Hathaway, who was born in the 1500s and married to William Shakespeare? Yes, thank you. Is imagining a bright light in the heart chakra a way to protect yourself from negative entities like demons? Yes, thank you. Did Mars have water at one time? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, some of the things match up, some of them don't. Makes you think, hey, whose dowsing rods are better? Did I have it right or did she have it right? We'll see. I'm just using my intention. I'm just using my intuition. I'm just using my neurological brain in order to ask the same question. Never mind.
What is the point of being alive? What is the point of existence?
You ask me.
Yeah.
To fill in what we call white space and dark space.
Okay, to fill in white space and dark space.
Yep.
Okay, and what is the point for humans to exist? What do we get out of it?
Humans aren't the main species. It's a good thing because the benefit is it's helping. It's giving a balance.
That's amazing.
It's giving a balance to the places so they're all equal.
If heaven is so amazing and beautiful, why would we choose to come back and do reality again on Earth or any other planet?
Reality, it's still be like that type of space. The reason knows why is what I already said. Fill in the gaps. Being here, we want to experience filling up this place because we need it to in order to make sure that nothing happens. We want to make sure that this place is good and ready.
Oh, I love that.
For if anything did happen.
So we're here to kind of help protect it?
Yep.
Most of us, I would think.
Yeah. We come to dark space to experience good and bad.
Okay, so not just positive in heaven. So here we can have both.
It's balance. You need a balance. Some people, have been showing me videos where we've been hearing, hey, there's positivity and negativity. Sometimes you got to find a balance. Sometimes you have both. And, we try to keep ourselves uplifted and try to manifest more positivity than negativity. But we need to understand there is a balance. All right. When it comes to this child, oh my God, my wife gets so many videos of this child, but he's not in my algorithm. It makes me wonder how much the parents are coaxing some of the things, or whether he's truly getting downloads. It's like, hey, if you grow up around the environment of being awakened, don't you need to awaken the other being? Or the idea of like him just being born and being awakened is just hard for me to grasp. But I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying this is an interesting child.
Okay, if you're at all like mentally unstable or fragile, don't watch this one. So I've made a lot of videos about organoid intelligence in the past. That's where you take human brain cells and grow them in a petri dish and then use a computer to train them just like AI. They're actually more powerful than AI in that they learn quicker and are more energy efficient. But there are huge ethical concerns with them because they have similar brain activity to a premature baby. And there's a lot of people out there that object to these because there's a decent amount of evidence that they're conscious, just like a person. I recently posted a company called Final Spark, and they actually have something called Neuro Platform where you can rent out essentially server space on these organoid brains. So you can pay for them to do things for you. This is a live stream of the organoid brain computers that you can rent out. But there's something way more concerning on their website. And that's this simulation, which the brains are fed sensory data from so that they can feel everything the butterfly feels and control it to like fly around. The reason why that's terrifying is there's a good chance the brains, if they are conscious, just believe they are that butterfly. Because when they're not in use by someone purchasing their computational power, they just fly around and exist in that simulation. And you probably already see where I'm going with this, but if this is possible, you could make a pretty good case that we are just organoid brains somewhere, and this is a simulation that we're in. And maybe like when you daydream or just fall asleep, that's someone using your consciousness to do something else. I don't know, but crazy to think about, crazy time.
Yeah, that's exactly where my head went to. That's where, oh my God, crazy times indeed. Crazy Teddy, what the hell? Oh my God. So every time the brain isn't being used, someone else is renting it out. And then when you are using it, you just think you're the thing that you are. In this case, the butterfly. What the hell?
And you made a reference to people choosing to maybe be on a, let's say, a more of a negative one as opposed to a higher one that you will not be able to communicate to them. And
eventually, the Earth, in a sense, as we said, already exists in multiple parallel versions. Right now, many of you are agreeing to experience the idea of a multitude of those versions seemingly in one place. But as you now go through the next 5 of your years, what we call the span, and through the center point of what you call the end of the cycle of 2012 and the beginning of a new cycle, it is functioning like a splitting prism, so that as you go through that, more and more every day from that point forward, the different reality vibrations will continue to diverge more and more until such time as somewhere around the idea of between 2025 and 2033, many of those different divergent realities will no longer be able to experience individuals that are of a different vibration in a different reality.
So those, what will happen if that, what you're saying is, and what will happen to those souls?
They will be in their reality, still experiencing what they choose to experience in that reality. They will not even necessarily know that anything has happened. They will just simply wonder where that guy went. Haven't seen him for so many years, I don't know. They will simply not be able to perceive people in another reality and vice versa.
Oh my God, I'm going back to the lady that was like, I dropped into my body. Is this deja vu? Was she just experiencing a splitting of parallel realities? And then her new reality is the one that when she no longer can see the old reality? Did Bashar just explain the thing? Wait, so 2025 to 2035? What the hell? What the hell? I'm also waiting for October 1st. They're like, things are going to happen October 1st. I'm like, yo, I feel like in my timeline, things are going to happen. But I'm still going to be here continuing on, because we're ready. We're ready. What are they going to do October 1st? What they say, the paper guys are going to revolt or something, the lumber guys. There's a lot of things, a lot of speculation going on here. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
People who pass away, do they go directly to heaven, or is there a waiting period?
There is a waiting period.
And then how?
Kinda, because it's where their soul is. Their soul is kind of getting confused on where to go, so they just kind of wake up in a space place. Where it's like a bunch of space where you can see other people and maybe you can talk to other people and like saying like, hello, do you know where I'm going? And they'll probably like say, well, I don't know, I just got here.
And their past loved ones come to show them, or God, or the angels?
Well, God isn't really God, it kind of is a person. It does have a voice, but a voice over it doesn't have a gender.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of a frequency voice, I guess.
Okay. So it's a frequency, but it has a telepathic, you would think?
Yes. It was telepathic.
Okay.
So God is kind of an energy. It doesn't really have not really what you think it is, because humans aren't the main entities in the existence, which is, I guess, you'd say space.
What is the main entities then?
Maybe you can say probably angels or God. God's the main entity, though.
Yet again, I'm like, God's the main entity, but God's not a gender. He's nothing, and the realm's made for his entities, but we're not the main. Like, the way even the questions are asked, I feel like she's like subconsciously telling him things. Hey, like, if it's not this, is it because of the energy? What do you think? And then it's like, yeah, you respond with a yes or a no. So you're already instilling the things you feel into them. With that, I'm sorry, maybe this guy is getting downloads, but it is also very hard to believe just from like the questioning patterns. I don't know about this guy, but hey, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if all the things he's saying are true?
Let me get this
Wait,
straight.
I didn't
You're
understand.
I am. When was the last time you ate a vegetable? 5.5 years ago. Humans are apex predator, top of the food chain. What other apex predator eats salad? There are things in meat that you have to have that you cannot get from plants, but there is nothing in plants that you have to have that you cannot get from.
Okay, from me. Okay, I understood. Oh my God, so this guy's just a carnivore. Carnivore diet, many goons are following carnivore diets. I've only heard good things, Hey, if it works for you, go ahead and do the things. Some of us other guys or girls or goons are just doing Shilajit, ashwagandha, moringa, beetroot extract. We're doing all the things and we're like, hey, we feel better. But hey, maybe we don't need to be doing all that and all we got to be doing is meat. First, we need to cleanse ourselves, and then we only eat meat, and then you stop eating everything else, and then you turn into a sun gazer, and you keep sun gazing, and you do the things, you ground yourself, you get a grounding mat, you sleep on the grounding mat. You literally don't even need to put food in your body. You just keep doing the things. Just absorb the... Sorry. I'm spiraling. I feel bad.
We were never supposed to see this, as the entire landmass of California will soon be ripped off, and this was our warning to get out. People in San Diego were terrified after a haunting warning for our country's surface, causing everyone to prepare for the deadliest earthquake in history that will hit very soon, and will literally sink all our states, leaving no survivors. Experts found a haunting 12-foot-long doomsday fish in California, known only to surface when huge world-ending disasters start to strike, and then said the 4.6 magnitude earthquake that just hit LA was just a baby warning for what will come. That 4.6 earthquake erupted on a Point Hill thrust fault system that goes through large parts of LA, and the last time something similar happened was in Chile, resulting in a deadly 9.5 earthquake, equivalent to 5,000 atomic bombs. And if this happens, LA and possibly other parts of the US will cease to exist forever. Many believe the doomsday fish or oarfish appear as a warning, as they typically are never near the surface. Many others believe it's still just a coincidence.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen videos of oarfish. Yeah, this is like Confucius say, or well, not Confucius, it's like foreshadowing, prediction. It's a prediction. Unfortunately, I don't know, hey, this could be a coincidence and not really a warning. Interesting. Evacuate the state of California. Oh my God, I keep getting that guy. It's like, oh my God. I'm like 100%. I'm like, he's seen the things. He was one of those parallel dimension seers. He's seen the thing. Maybe he has the time wrong, but once it happens, we're all going to be like, damn it, he told us. And he told us. I was recently reading about like a tsunami that happened, and there was a mayor or like some governor that spent billions of dollars on the dam, and then nothing happened. Like the people ended up hating him that he wasted all this money on something that, was never used during his term. 40 years later, it's like the tsunami happens and his town is the only one that is dry and everyone else is washed away. And it was thanks to his dam. And that's when they appreciate him. But all during the time that he was governor or mayor, whatever it was, they hated him. And I can only imagine, it's like being hated when you're doing the greater good in the future, and they are too naive to see the greater good that you have accomplished till much, much later when that tsunami happened. Sorry, ADHD. I think about a lot of things. What about you? What are you thinking about right now? I want to know. Is it food? What are we eating for dinner? What's for dinner? Tell me your dinner.
So there are several videos going viral right now of what's supposed to be green lasers descending from the sky.
People's homes scanning the ground with that green laser.
People started paying attention after this particular video went viral. In this video, you can see a plane flashing a green laser and kind of scanning the ground. This made a lot of people start questioning what the heck was going on. Where were these green lasers coming from? And then just a couple of months later, a CCTV camera captured what looks like several green laser beams of light descending from space. Needless to say, this caught a lot of attention, and experts and researchers were saying that this probably came from a Chinese satellite, but no one knows. What the heck is that? Now, this is where things take a really strange turn. Just a couple of months after, there were several videos popping up all over the internet of what's supposed to be these green laser beams descending from the sky.
What is that?
This caught so much attention that it ended up on the news, and they actually found out that some of the planes scanning the ground with these green lasers were owned by a company named Randigo, but still, no one knew why they were doing this.
I was just getting home and I saw it going back and forth with a laser beam, and it scanned over me multiple times. I've never had flight radar until this happened, so I'm like, what the heck is going on? But it shows that what kind of plane it was and what type of plane. I don't know who owns it, and just says private owner.
When you put the information Casey provided into the FAA website, it comes back with this information saying it's registered to Randigo.
Little by little, people started researching about Randigo, and they found out several patterns. In one of them, you can see several pictures coming from flight radar of the plane's paths. Whatever they're doing, it's as if they're scanning something, maybe weather patterns, maybe something else. In another Reddit post, someone found out that the company owns 33 planes and 33 employees. And I don't know why, but this raised a lot of red flags.
The student was going to crash into the house. Wait till you see the laser coming off the bottom of it. Check the radar map. He's 1,200 feet off the ground. You see that green laser coming off the bottom.
And then another Reddit user posted something like this. This plane flew over me this evening and was spraying something. Smell was awful. So I did a quick research just to double check if this plane was owned by Randigo, and guess what? It is. Strange, isn't it? What the heck is going on? It seems no one knows, but I want to know your take. What are these green lasers descending from space and from planes? What's going on?
Guys, Hollywood did the thing. Hey, are we done? Is this done? What's happening? I think it's done. Boom, starts talking again. Hey, Hollywood, thank you for becoming a member. You guys have no idea. Member support is appreciated. Guys, we literally get hit with ad suitability. And the way YouTube works, I know some people are like, Teddy, why are you changing things? Why are changes happening? It is literally happening because the way YouTube pays out is through ads. If they claim one of the videos isn't advertiser friendly, they don't run ads. You may get ads, but it's not going to be like the amount of ads they normally push. So it's like whatever revenue that YouTube would normally give. And I hate to turn this into a revenue type thing, but hey, if I wasn't making money out of this, then it'd get boring and then I'd disappear. So that would not be good. I want to keep interacting with the goons. I want to stay here with the goons. So member support is appreciated like anything. We are doing member giveaways. Member giveaway end of this month. I'll make a post. A random number generator. If you are selected, you get merch. I will send you merch.
Yep, this is happening and it's not good, as the Earth will not only have 2 moons, but tides will rise, earthquakes will happen, and the rest of 2024 will turn into a deadly nightmare. People were terrified after NASA announced Earth will not only receive a second moon, but since our current moon has recently caused more severe earthquakes and hurricanes than normal, the new moon will strengthen everything happening tenfold. Articles leave an eerie warning of the stress it will put on the Earth's crust. Being so hot, it will cause all volcanoes to erupt, earthquakes several times a day, and all of us thousands of feet underwater. 2 moons even have the power to completely destabilize the orbits, causing them to not be able to coexist together, with best case scenario one of them leaving, but more likely they will crash, destroying each other and what's left of Earth.
If it were to impact the Earth, it would blow up in our atmosphere. It would be a tremendous explosion. It would be roughly the equivalent of a nuclear bomb going off, but in our upper atmosphere.
The new moon is actually tiny, and we will not be able to see it with our eyes, and it will likely do literally nothing to us.
This is the thing. I've already hopped once. I've already had the moon come in to orbit, and now I'm in the new timeline where the moon's not in the orbit. I've already hopped. I feel like it already happened, and that's why I hopped. We're just going to keep hopping. It's the quantum timeline. We never die. You just keep hopping. Hey, we're all going to transcend together. At one point, we're going to all meet, and we're going to say, hey, we all know each other. This is the things. These are the things. Yeah, this is really scary. And what's crazy is I recently watched Leave the World Behind again because my brother's never watched it. He came up for Kyra's birthday, and he's going to be leaving tomorrow for kink. He's doing the things. He's only got vacation time like once a year, and he's making the benefit as much as he can. So he's going to be having fun in Mexico tomorrow. It'll be interesting. Wait, what was it? Where was this going? Regardless. This is one of the things. I watched Leave the World Behind with my brother, and like I'm like rewatching it, and I'm like, yo, all these things could happen. We get a second moon and knock out some things, then that's it. Tide waves go weird. Ship's navigation system stop working. I don't know what it's going to cause. But now the question is, has this happened before? Is this the first time? And then if it does knock things out of order, where is our moon going to go? Does it crash into...
I asked ChatGPT, if you were a human, how would you break the simulation in one paragraph? If I were a human, breaking the simulation would start with understanding the rules that govern it. I'd exploit patterns and inconsistencies, glitches that reveal its artificial nature, like deja vu or strange coincidences. Then I'd rally others, teaching them to spot these same breaks in reality, creating a collective awareness too powerful for the system to ignore. Together, we push its boundaries, forcing it to overload or reveal its core. The key isn't a single act of rebellion, but an intentional mass awakening, turning the simulation against itself by outsmarting its own design.
I feel like we are 100%. We are the people that are meant to do this. We are the goons. Hey, are you feeling the things I'm feeling? Because I really do, guys. I feel like we are there. We're going to continue. And maybe I won't continue in someone's timeline, but I'm continuing. Don't you worry. We're always going to be doing things. Hey, birthday girl Kyra's in the room. Kyra, you want to say hi to the goons? She don't want to say hi to the goons. She's playing with fairy wings. You don't want to say hi? She actually says hi. Hi. Want to say hi? Hi, 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 goons. You want to show the goons your fairy wings? Where? Where's your fairy wings? Yeah? It's your fairy wings? Cara and Angels? You're just going to fly away? Yeah. All right. You do the things. I appreciate you. Thanks for saying hi. All right, I'm out of here, guys. You guys made it to the end. There should be videos on the screen soon. If they are, click on either one of them. Continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe.
Wake up, wake up.